Hey everyone, so today we're gonna go into a 20-minute flow and it's gonna work on actively going into a standing split. So this is my favorite way to go into the splits because instead of sinking down into the ground, into your joints, using gravity to weigh you down, it's a great way to actively work on it. So I hope you enjoy this class, and it's always a good idea to come back to it a few times. It's only 20 minutes long, and notice improvements as you repeat this sequence. So let's begin. So whenever you're ready, let's just get right into it. So we're going to start today lying down on our backs. And just taking a moment to settle down. Allowing your breath to become steady. Just noticing the inhale and the exhale. It's always nice to start our practice to take a moment to tune into our body. Just settling down. Attempting to slow down the breath today, remembering that the breath is our tool to find our body. And taking another deep breath in. And exhale, letting all the tension release. From here, can you bend your knees and start to straighten your right leg up to the sky. Just taking a moment to allow everything to drain down. So it's fine if your leg is slightly bent. Just trying to keep it as engaged as you can. And starting to take circles with your ankle. So we're just going to circle through the ankle, finding a bit of mobility here. Noticing any bits of tension. You can circle in both directions. Trying to find a nice wide range of movement, but at no point should this be painful. And if it's painful, just making smaller circles. And slowly bend that right knee, lower the knee down. From here, just taking a moment, notice maybe a tingling sensation in the right foot. And slowly starting to straighten that left leg, taking a big circle with your left ankle. Keeping your leg engaged and circling the ankle in both directions. Just starting to really explore your range of movement, explore what's going on in your joint. Making sure you're still breathing in this process. And slowly bend your left knee, lower it back down to the ground. And take a moment to just hug both knees into your chest, taking a few circles with your knees in both directions. And rolling backwards and forwards a few times. Finally, coming into a tabletop position. So in your tabletop, you want to make sure that the hands and the wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Just finding a neutral spine here. And from there, we're going to kick the left foot up. Keeping that left knee bent, squeeze your glute as much as you can. And slowly can you start to bring your left knee out to the side. Just moving through your left hip joint. And from there, can you bring your left knee into your chest. And kick your left foot back up. So we're going to do that a few more times, just circling through that left hip joint. Trying to keep the knee as stable as possible. Bringing the knee to the side and then to the center. Kicking the left foot high. And on your next time, we're going to reverse that motion. So bring the knee into your chest first. And then kick your left foot out to the side. And kick your left foot all the way up so that it's pointing towards your head. And bring your knee back into your chest one more time. Just circling through. Left knee comes out to the side. Your foot is flexed. Slowly Taking a big circle with the knee, your foot is pointing towards your head, and take your knee back into your chest, and slowly lower that down. Moving on to the right leg from here. So first the right foot lifts up, right knee lifts up, and making a big circle as if you're drawing the circle but with your knee. So the knee comes out to the right towards your shoulder, and slowly bring your knee in to your chest and kick your right foot all the way back up. One more time, circling through that hip joint. Right knee comes to your shoulder, bring it back into your chest, and kick the left foot all the way back up. Sorry, I mean right. And this time let's reverse that motion. So bring your right knee into your chest, and taking the right knee out to the side as high as you can, and from there we're going to circle the knee, bringing it to the back, and finally bringing your right knee in to the ground. So it's nice to always just start with a few movements to create space in your hip joints. And from here, can you lift your knees off the ground as you lift your hips up, come into a downward facing dog. Taking a few moments in your downward facing dog here. So keeping your feet parallel to each other is important. Keeping the feet as wide as the shoulders. Press your knuckles down, bend your knees slightly, and push your hands into the ground. Making sure you're breathing in your downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to inhale as you reach the right leg all the way up. From here, can you bend your right knee one more time and bring your right knee into your nose, and slowly start to create that big circle as you bring your right knee out to the side, bring your left foot up high, and bring your right knee back into your nose. Slowly lower that right foot down. Inhale, reach that left leg all the way up. Bend your right knee slightly and kick your left leg higher. As you bend your left knee, can you bring your left knee out to the side as you take a big circle? And bringing your left knee back into your chest. And slowly starting to kick your left foot a little bit higher, circling through. And exhale, lowering that left foot down. Come back into your downward facing dog. From here, we're going to lift over onto our heels and step both feet forward, coming into forward fold. Bend your knees slightly and let your head be very heavy. So keeping a slight bend in your knees is going to help you protect your lower back, protect your hamstrings at the start of your practice. Let your head be very heavy. Inhale, let's reach the arms all the way up. Taking a big breath at the top, palms are facing the back. Squeeze your core in. Exhale, bringing your hands back into your heart. Beautiful. And from here, we're gonna bend that right knee. So lifting that right knee up, can you really root your left foot down? Keeping that right knee lifting, we're gonna start to squeeze that quad muscle into the chest and slowly starting to straighten your right leg as much as you can. Taking a deep breath here, inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, we're gonna slowly lean forward and send that right leg back. Bend your left knee slightly, coming into a warrior 3. Kick your right foot a little bit higher. Keeping the crown of your head pointing forward, your gaze is down. Left knee is bending slightly. Slowly, let's lower that right foot down in the back. Lower your right knee and bring your hands at your hips. So we're coming into this low lunge. And today in this low lunge, we're gonna stay here, but focus on pulling your left foot back and squeezing your right knee forward. So we're creating this action that the legs are squeezing inwards towards your torso. So everything is squeezing in. We're really actively engaging that left hamstring. We're actively engaging that right knee. Just holding that, and if this feels good, you can reach your arms up. And otherwise, just staying here, squeezing everything. We're actively working, staying here. As you breathe, left hamstring squeezing, right glute, right quad, everything is working super actively. That left foot is sliding towards the back. And from there, we're going to slowly start to lift all the way up, keeping that core tucked in. Right knee slightly bends. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Taking a big breath here. As you exhale, lower the hands down to the ground and step your left leg back, coming into a downward facing dog. Staying here for 3 deep breaths, keeping your slight bend in your knees as you push the ground with your knuckles. Inhale, reach the right leg all the way up, bend your left knee more, and we're gonna kick that right foot up to the sky. So kicking with your glute, feeling how your glute squeezes in. We're gonna do that for 10 times. So I've done 5, so it was 4, 3, kicking the right foot high, for 2, engaging the glute, feeling everything as it burns. Making sure you're still breathing. And as you exhale, slowly step your right foot outside of your right hand. Lower that left knee down. So if your right foot landed in the back, you can just shimmy it forward. And push your chest forward, coming into a low lizard here. Lifting your left knee up. And slowly you can reach your right arm all the way up. Coming into Parsvakonasana here. Taking a deep breath. Slowly exhale, lower that left knee down. Reach your right hand back. And as you bend your left knee towards your right hand, avoiding grabbing onto the ankle just yet, just bringing the fingertips closer to the heel and the heel closer to the fingertips and the glutes. So we're coming into this actively. Keep reaching your right hand back, squeezing your heel towards your glute, making sure you're breathing here. Notice how your hamstring is contracting. And slowly grab onto your ankle just for a deep breath. And as you exhale, lower that left foot back down. Lower your right hand down. Slowly send your hips back as you straighten that right leg. So here I'm going to focus on really contracting as you lift the chest up, keeping a long spine. If you got a few blocks, you can place them under your hand. Otherwise, staying on your fingertips, keeping a slight bend in your right knee is totally fine. Taking a big breath as you lift the crown of your head up. So we're in our half split here, but rather than pushing yourself just down, rather than sinking into your joints, we're actively lifting everything up. And slowly we're gonna bend that right knee, walk your hands forward. Lift your left leg up, and as you keep walking your hands forward, we're going to slowly lift that left foot. Right knee slightly bends, bend your left leg as well. Bringing your glute into your heel, and your heel into your glute. Let your head be heavy, both knees are bending. Bending that right knee to find stability, bending that left knee. And slowly we're going to start to straighten that left leg up. Your toes are pointing down. Let your head be heavy. Notice how everything is actively engaging. Slowly starting to kick that left foot a little bit higher. You can always bend your left knee and then kick it higher and then start to straighten that left leg. Breathing here for 3, letting your head be heavy. For 2, toes are pointing down. For 1, slowly lower that left foot down. And just taking a moment, clasping your hands behind your back, bend your knees slightly, reaching your hands away from your head. Just taking a deep breath here. And slowly we're going to start to rise all the way up, reaching your arms up to the sky. Taking a deep breath. Exhale, bringing your hands back to your heart. And from here, we're gonna slowly bend that left knee, bring it up to your chest, root your right foot down, and start to straighten that left leg. Inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. Kicking your left leg a little bit higher. Breathing here. Kicking that left foot a little bit higher, engaging the left quad. And as you exhale, bring your weight forward. Reach your hands back and straighten that left leg towards the back. Your toes are still pointing down. Slowly, let's lower that left foot down. Lower the left knee down. Bring your hands back to your hip. And again, we're gonna contract all the muscles towards your torso. So you're really pulling your right foot back and pushing that left leg forward at the same time. So everything is hugging, squeezing in. This is a really strong, active move. At the same time, you're gonna notice that the core is engaged. So I'm just gonna be here. If it's too easy, reach your arms up, challenge your balance. Otherwise, keep your hands at your hips. Squeezing everything in. Notice how your quad and your glute is firing up. As you pull your right foot back, your right hamstring is really firing up. Making sure you're still breathing. And on your next inhale, we're gonna slowly reach the arms up and lift that left knee back. Notice how the core is hugging in. Left knee can be slightly bent. Your heels are over your toes. Taking a deep breath. And as you exhale, lower the hands down. Step that right leg back. Come back into your downward facing dog. And slowly we're gonna inhale, reach that left leg all the way up. Bend your right knee slightly and take 10 kicks with your left glute. So you can count 10. And just making sure that the glute is super engaged. That left glute is engaged. Right knee can be slightly bent and just kicking towards the ceiling with your left foot. And once you've reached 10, you can slowly step your left foot outside of your left hand, coming into your lizard. Lower that right knee down, walk your hands forward, just taking a moment to open up here. Still breathing. And slowly walk your hands back underneath your shoulders and reach your left arm back and up. Making sure that the left arm is directly over the left shoulder, so avoid sinking into it to the back. From here, we're gonna reach that left arm back and bend your right knee, bringing your ankle towards your hand. So we're going into this super actively. Notice how that right hamstring feels. Notice how it tenses up. Just breathing here. And slowly, can you grab onto your ankle just for one breath? Coming into this passively after you go into it actively is always nice. And slowly lower that right foot back down. Lower the hands down to the ground and start to send your hips back as you straighten that left leg. Lift your toes up. You can walk your hands a bit underneath your chest. So as you inhale, can you lengthen your spine, keep the crown of your head pointing forward. As you exhale, maybe going a little bit deeper. Trying to push your heel into the ground. As you push the heel down, your whole back of your left leg is actively working. You're not sinking into your joints. Taking another deep breath. Exhale. And slowly bend your left knee. Walk your hands forward and lift your back knee up. We're gonna slowly send that right foot up to the sky, keeping your left knee slightly bent. Bend your right knee as well and let your head be heavy. So both knees are bending, your forehead is coming over your left knee. And slowly starting to kick your right knee a little bit higher, opening through the hip. And from there, can you start to straighten that right leg as much as you can. Your toes are pointing down. Feel that right glute as it lifts up. Pressing your hands down, let your head be heavy, and as you kick your right foot higher, let your head fall even lower. Keeping a slight bend in your knees is totally fine. Just focus on kicking a little bit higher actively. And slowly let's lower that right foot back down to the ground, bending the knees slightly. Inhale, lengthen the spine, reach your hands back. And exhale, we're going to slowly lower the hips down to the ground and lie down on our backs. Hugging the knees into the chest, just rolling the knees around for a few moments. And lower your feet into the ground. Just allow your body to be still. So this is a great way to actively work on engaging the muscles in your legs. Working on active flexibility is the safest way to work on your flexibility because you're working within your real and controlled range of movement. So from here, we're gonna bend that right knee, bring it over your ankle, coming into a four-figure pose, and lift your left foot, taking a nice stretch here. Letting the right glute release tension. Breathing in and out as slowly as you can. As you inhale, focusing on creating more space. As you exhale, maybe going a little bit deeper. And slowly lower that left foot down, lower your right knee down. Lift your left foot up and bring it on top of your right knee. Coming into a four-figure pose on the left side. From here, we're gonna reach the hands behind that right thigh. Taking a deep breath. One more deep breath. With every inhale, expand, and as you exhale, go a little bit deeper into your left glute. And slowly lowering both legs down. Final pose, we're gonna reach the legs all the way up. And bend your knees, grabbing onto your feet as you come into a happy baby. From here, can you straighten that left leg as much as you can so that you can give your hamstrings some love, your inner thigh. Making sure you're breathing. And slowly bend that left knee and start to straighten your right leg as you inhale. Focusing on creating more space in the back of your thigh. And exhale, bending that right knee. Slowly lower your heels onto the ground. And just push your shoulders down with your hands. Give yourself a bit of an adjustment for yourself. Bring your hands by the ground and straighten your legs as you come into your final Shavasana. So it's always nice to stay here for a few moments in your Shavasana. And I invite you to stay here for as long as you'd like. Thank you so much for practicing with me today and for actively recruiting your muscles and working into creating more space in your joints. This is what we're always trying to do. If you'd like to join more classes with me, please just get in touch. All right. Thank you. Bye.